over brood are proof that the queen has mated and is producing worker brood. The bees of this mini-nuke have absconded and have abandoned the comb structure. This colony has lost its queen and has started queen cells. The domed cappings show that drones are being reared. Here, worker bees have started to lay several eggs into each cell. Only drones can develop from such eggs. Colonies with laying queens are returned to their owner as soon as possible. The entrance holes of the shelters are closed at once. The warden enters all observations such as condition of colonies, start of egg-laying or reasons for loss into the record book of the mating station. The Queen's record card, which accompanies the Queen for life, is filled in and signed. Start of egg-laying, name of mating station and parentage of drone parent colonies are entered. On arrival, the breeder quickly supplies the bees with some water. The condition of the bees is checked and the presence of the queen established. Queen-right nuclei are allowed to fly through the small hole of the entrance disc. Queen-less nukes are dissolved. Queens should not remain in the standard nuclei for too long, as the brood nest area is too small to keep them productive. When she is required for introduction, the queen is carefully removed from the little colony. For safety reasons, this work is best done in a closed room. The young queen is held in a cage without any worker bees. Introducing the queen via a shook swarm gives the best guarantee of acceptance. A shook swarm is easily formed by brushing the bees off several frames, which are taken from strong colonies. The frames with bees may be removed from supers or from brood boxes. Under no circumstances should a queen be taken by mistake. In order to create a shook swarm strong enough to develop into a stock which is able to winter, the bees should weigh between 1.5 and 2 kilograms, depending on the time of the year. When enough bees have been collected, we thump the swarm box on the ground, quickly remove the funnel and put on the cover. A short while later, the swarm box is set on the ground once more. Now the caged queen is added without losing bees. Sugar syrup is fed later. Placed in a cool, dark position, the bees will form a genuine swarm cluster within the next 24 hours. Towards evening of the following day, the bees are hived just like a natural swarm. It is best to wet the bees with a spray of water. When working with multiple-story hives, the bees can be shaken into the deep underfloor cavity of the hive. A brood box is added containing either frames with comb or foundation. A feeder with sugar syrup is placed on top to provide food for the next few days. The queen is now transferred into an introducing cage in which the open end has been closed with candy. The hive is closed up and remains undisturbed for several days. A check to see that the colony is queen-right is made after 9 days at the earliest. Here we can see that the young queen has been accepted and has laid out a large brood nest. The first brood is already sealed and shows a good worker pattern throughout. This concludes the operations of queen rearing. By using queens of good pedigree, the colonies are rejuvenated and the genetic material is improved. Selective breeding is therefore essential to good apiary management.